Mind of JD. I'm JD, Jude Dominique Fajeas. As you can see, I broke out of the hospital. I'm just kidding, no, I never got to the hospital. I got schizophrenia, paranoid schizophrenia. And I'm an artist, I have a book. It's entitled The Schizophrenic Mind of JD. And yeah, I've been in and out of the hospitals over like 60 times in the past few years, and it's just been crazy, you know? So, yeah, I got some music. I mean, this is my setup right now. This is my little office right here. And, you know, I'm just trying to do something. So, I'm just going to open this up with one of my latest singles. It's entitled Manhattan. And if you guys want to look me up online. I have so many profiles. One of my profiles that you can find me on is The Matrix, The Poets. The Matrix is the and Matrix put together, and semicolon, The Poets, the and the Poets put together. Check me out. It's real cool. Alright guys, here we go. Oh my God, I'm ready again, ready again. If I see your face in my dreams, I swear I'll lose my voice. I'll take some showers in your face. I know very slow. I know it's not too late to go to your gates and break some of both of my voice. I swear that my life is a sacrifice for yours, and I don't get no more. I'ma live my coins and change and shit. Lord knows I need a bodyguard right now, right now, right now. Oh, who's your bodyguard? Who's your bodyguard? Who's your bodyguard? Who's your bodyguard? You had 12 men, 12 disciples, letters and gifts, letters and gifts. Oh my God, I need you right now, right now, right now. Oh my God, I need you right now, right now, right now. I've been changing, I've been traveling, I've been calling. I've been on some more, I'm an outcast more. I want to be by your side. I wanna walk on water like you did. I might hold your hands like kids. Maybe you can call me kids. Maybe baby future. Maybe I am no disgrace. Maybe I am no disgrace. Maybe I am no disgrace. I'm sorry for my mess up today. Like I said, my name is Schizophrenic Mind of JD. And
some people cried. Those people were silent.
Yeah. That's one of my tracks. I like to say that schizophrenia is really important, you know. It's like a door to magic, you know. But let me get my songs out the way real quick, just so I can, you know, warm up the scene and maybe bless the rock, you know. Shout out to Ho, you know. So let's go. Are you ready for the Halloween? Is you ready for the Halloween? We're dreaming, and we're dreaming, dreaming. Oh my God, oh this Halloween. Oh, this Halloween. Oh, this Halloween. And I'm breathing. And I remember the mansion, and it was like October. Oh my God, and I'm sober, and I need the Uber. I'm really getting closer. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I need a Halloween. I need a Halloween. We're getting Halloween. OVO. That's why we're howling. I'm really a crow. And it's Crazy Crow MC. Crazy Crows, if you understand me. Crazy Crows. Crazy Crows. Crazy Crows. Don't sound. Thank you. Yeah, that's me. That was my last track, Glorious, off the Belly instrumental. Some real cool stuff right there. And here we go. Here's another one. Like I said, this is a Schizophrenic Mind of JD. Wow. I'm a schizophrenic mind of JD. I'm just an insane mind of JD. I'm starting now. I'm alive, 'cause I'm out of my mind, Wow, I forgive you, no really, yes really. This life is long though, this life is short though, we only get one, hold on, hold on. I hope you get that, I hope you get though, I hope you come up with religions or your isms. For the meanwhile, we're transcending or evolving. We are rising out of prisons, the mental prisons. No insanity, oh insanity. Cleanse the mind now. Cleanse the mind now. Yeah. First, I was schizophrenic. Second, I was insanity. Third, I'm just schizophrenic. Fourth, I'm just an insane mind of JD. My mind is floating and it's flying. It goes through different worlds. We're expanding. I hope you're listening. I feel your angers for
for the stars, for our stars, for the spirits, I may be from Mars. I hope you feel me. Gods of war's rest. You see the militant protecting families, protecting families, protecting worlds now. Outstanding.
Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed this show so far. I'm gonna try to see if I can do one more song for you guys, just to basically show you who I am, you know, how schizophrenia can be a storm in the mind sometimes, you know. But here we go. Let's go, Richmond City! Wake up! I know it's late now, you know. It's late right now. But you guys are still up, and I'm happy.
Close my eyes.
What the fuck have you created?
What happiness. I think about my wants. I think about the things that I need in life. My name is Schizophrenic Mind of JD. It's a dark remoroso.
Tormenta, tormenta.
Yo me digo la tormenta, tormenta. Fue una tormenta de one. I am a patient of many suns. I am a patient of many moons. I am a patient of many stars. Es una tormenta, la vida de Juan, la vida de Juan. Yo recuerdo mis clases de inmersión. Hispaniola, hispaniola, se visita América. I came to America. I am a Haitian man from Yola, Yola. I'm talking to Yoda. I have congregations of mental illnesses. Ain't no digression, and I'm learning lessons. It said with great power comes great responsibility. Ability, respect all your abilities. I declare that God gave us mental illnesses, cause these are abilities. Even on the disabilities, the devil's grace said this is ability. He's ghetto as a king, ghetto as a king. He said disability. And I be like, Lord, I be like, why me? Why us? We're just trying to kill ourselves, but the net gets larger, it gets further, it gets bigger. We feel the atmosphere is just like bubbles, bubbles expanding over here. Yeah. We gotta do what we gotta do to survive. Intellect,
Thank you guys so much for listening to my music. I'd like to talk a little bit more about some other stuff on this show. Excuse me, I'm sorry. As some of you guys know, you may have seen my face here in Richmond City. I've done some shows out here for poetry, maybe some open mics for music and stuff like that, but I just recently started getting serious with my craft, my art, my music, especially this past year. And I just want to say, schizophrenia is like a gift right now, because to me, I feel as though schizophrenia is a door to magic, a door to imagination, A lot of schizophrenics, they like to write poetry, They like to do mathematics, they like to do chemistry. Back in the day, they used to call me the alchemist, And I'm trying to keep my spirits up because it's like the schizophrenic can be weighing down on somebody, And it's like the depression kicks in, the bipolar is just me trying to rise up into my whole happiness. And then I get manic and it's a whole bunch of craziness happening. I really wish I can come back to this show. I would like to elaborate more on my schizophrenia. Maybe call the show Darn Schizophrenia or Keep It Schizophrenic Mind of JD. They both sound neat to me. But for me at least, I just wanted to say one thing. It's just crazy right now. Like time traveling, for instance. Time traveling is a segment that I like to cover in the Schizophrenic Mind of JD, as well as falling through black holes. Today I learned that black holes are kind of like time machines, natural time machines. When I was younger, I had a dream that I fell through a Looney Tune black hole, and I actually fell off my bed. And it was like, whoa, what was going on, But I like to say that, maybe Earth did go through a black hole at some point. But I don't know, I doubt it. But the way I read things with my schizophrenia, it's like, it's crazy. It's like we've been everywhere, But what I wanted to say is this also. They used to call me the alchemist because basically I wanted to study alchemy, And I transcended into like a spiritual alchemy where I was using my words and guaranteeing myself that I'd become immortal. And I do a lot of poetry, a lot of spoken word. I'd like to share this one poem with you before I continue. And it goes like this. It's a cool summer night in June. The smell of shish kebabs, burnt burgers, and funnel cakes creep through the crack of your bedroom window. You keep it open 3 inches so the cool air can cut through the cigarette smoke, drying the nervous sweat glazed onto your forehead. Mom's outside entertaining neighbors with Jenga. She'll freak out if she smells that smoke, but you don't care. In your left hand, sheets of paper clenched tightly. In your right, a pencil without an eraser. Tonight, forget spell check. Misspelled truth never looked this good. Listening closely, you hear Peter Tchaikovsky conducting an orchestration of pens, writing suicidal notes simultaneously in the distance. It sounds like violins. Violins sound like violins is happening across the street. It's out of a claustrophobic closet that sounds like, hello? 911? Jeremy Brown. There's a cooker next door, just no siren. She's not moving, she's doing the week. She fell down a flight of stairs. I pushed her. Jeremy's ambidextrous for the first time in his life, pushing black Sharpie markers in his left hand to whisper goodbye, pushing his right hand to pull the trigger till death does him part, because he's at least sincere with his wedding vows. The song continues 5 doors down. 1433 Elm Street. Sprinklers bathe the yard. Pick. Perfect. Downstairs, the Davis family smacks on $800 sushi. Viola Davis excuses herself. Sure, honey. Runs up the staircase into the bathroom, shuts the door. Silently, she's a guitarist. But that is just between you, me, and the 8th notes of blood hitting the marble tiles. You can hear her, strumming her veins with daddy's razor, restoring herself into an American Idol, singing, I want to be beautiful, I want the pain to stop, underestimating strength of storms, snapping through radial artery strings. Levees in her arms collapse bathroom floors into indoor pools of blood, escaping through the crack under the door, trickling down wooden steps slowly like time traveling through a sound glass. Sirens roar with the coolest suck. They sound like Mr. Vince stabbing in her daughter's blood. Footsteps run up the stairs. You put out the cigarette. Mom opens the door. What are you writing? Too nervous to answer. You think you might play a role in this suicide orchestra, and you do. But you are the percussionist, writing down the background music everyone is too afraid to listen to, providing a voice for the weak, secretly knowing any one of these characters could be you. Who are you writing for? So it's like, I do stuff like that. And I'll be writing, and I'll be writing, and it's like, I used to be an actor, right? So I love the voice, and I love language and stuff like that. I know Spanish a little bit. I was in the Spanish Immersion Specialty Center up in Manchester High School. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. You know, representing Crooklyn. You know, representing the Richie Rich. You know, I moved here when I was 12 and shit. But, you know, Richie Rich, Richmond City. This is where I'm at right now. And I'm trying to put Richmond on my back for real. I'm trying to be the next one. I'm trying to be the next Prince of VA. You know, is that alright? A Crooklyn street rat coming to VA to be a Prince of VA? I'm just playing. I ain't no Latin or nothing like that. I ain't mean to be an insultant, but you know, maybe I could be a Sultan or some sort of sandwich. You know, I don't know. They talking. This is the voices I be hearing. But hey, I know I'm a star. You know, I could be one of the best ones out there. Just remember who I am. Remember this face. But if you want to check me out. It's Wiz Jude on SoundCloud, WIZJUDE. All the music that I got on SoundCloud, Jude Fageas, JUDE, and last name FAGEAS. Check me out. Then you got Red Dog, Red God, in parentheses Drake. You know, this is different musicals I'm trying to put on Broadway. I want to do this stuff at the Firehouse Theater. If you want to hit me up on my email. It's youdyfageas@gmail.com. Hit me up. We'll do work with each other. And to tell you the truth, I wouldn't mind donating all proceeds to charity. Because that's just how I work. I like to do art for the community. I like to get to grassroots levels where I can just become somebody that's a little bit more pivotal on the same measure as a Gandhi, Mother Teresa, some people like that, you know. I'm Roman Catholic. You can find me online as well as Roman Catholic with a K online. But I'm Roman Catholic with a C, so you already know. But I just want to say thank you, Richmond City, for hooking me up. If it wasn't for me moving to Virginia and doing my stuff, I wouldn't have even got to know art the way I do right now. And I got a book, like I said, it's Schizophrenic Mind of JD. And if I come back, I could do like maybe a presentation or something like that, or maybe a different platform where I can do a little bit more things on a broader level, you know. I'd like to come out to schools to talk and maybe introduce my book. And once I get it published and everything, once I'm done with it, I can start selling it. But like I said, I'd like to donate to charity and stuff like that. But yeah, schizophrenia is real, you know. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think I could do one more song, but I don't know. Most of my songs have cuss words in it. So it's like, I'm like, yo, just check me out online. If you like me, you know, just hit me up. But, you know, actually, I think I might be able to do one more song. So, please enjoy.
Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. If it was the sweet and low, sitting on the beat and it's sweet. Yeah. Oh, it's sweet and low, heavy with my mindset, heavy with the head toss, heavy with the mindset, heavy with the head toss. And it's sweet and it's sweet, and it's sweet and it's sweet, yeah. And it's sweet and it's sweet, and it's sweet and it's sweet, heavy with my mindset, heavy with the head toss, heavy with my mindset. Remember playing pokes, yeah. I said, remember playing pokes. Now we building blocks with the blocks. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yo, there was like six guys, where the fuck you been at? There was like six guys, where the fuck you been at? I was like, I got a kick.
Sorry guys. I can't put cuss words on the thing. My bad. I forgot. I had no clue that they had cuss words in it. But I should probably stop. I'm so sorry guys. Damn. No. Hello. Press the button. Oh shit.
Hey.
Hello. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm good.
I just wanted to say to you, I think your creative mind is awesome.
Thank you.
And I love how you put your schizophrenia and that you're real with it, and you're showing other people with mental illness that they can do and be what they want to be and achieve their dreams. And I really feel you with your words, and I love how you want to give back to the community.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to keep on keeping up and doing what you do and always be you and be real.
Thank
I'm
you.
enjoying the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Happy holidays.
You too. Check me out online.
And tell that shit that you finish your song.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Alright, bye.
Don't forget to press the button.
Alright, sorry about that. Damn.
Tell them your Facebook. Tell them they get in touch with you
On my Facebook, my Facebook is Jude Dominique Fajeas. Dominique is with the Q-U-E. Thank you so much to my last caller that just called in. Greatness. I love my community for real. You guys really like helped me, you propelled me to a new level, and I really do honor you guys for that. And when I make it, I gotta make it with all you guys, especially with me preparing this masterpiece that I got going on. So yeah, I got 2 more poems. I have this one poem that's a love poem, and just in lieu of the lady that just called in. I wrote this poem for a friend. We're speaking about Facebook. I wrote this poem for a friend that was on Facebook. She had a bad day, and I was like, maybe it'd be cool if I just wrote a poem for her. So here goes the poem. It's called "Crying Over Spilt Merlot." Okay, here we go. Word around town is, you've been selfish with the dark clouds underneath your eyes. And I came prepared, sneaking through the back door of your life with the scent of boutique lingering off the trench of my coat. You'd swear I was your shadow. Unfolding my black umbrella inside of your skin, listening to your tears trickling down its runners, perched to the trachea of your lungs, feet dangling like trapeze down to your bronchioles, breathing in the serenity of your Merlot, calming the wounds of your heart. Tonight I will pause your raindrops and light vanilla scented candles into your orb like tears. Hold my hand silently as I escort you into the dim-lit ballroom dance of your body you forgot existed. Let us dance with the fear that sends you into paralysis. Pull out vintage 1853 Steinway pianos from the stems of your lips. Allow me to use a withered rose protruding from my suit jacket to undecorate your beautiful frown. You see, foolish words surface my keys playing acoustic. Phrases on my bass circulating you into orgasm. You make this pain look exquisite, like the Carnegie Hall in your kisses echoing up to the mezzanine of your daydreams after the audience of your fantasies have ceased to clap. This is what your sadness does to me. It sends waves of euphoria to my brain that I ride to the sunset of your bridges burning. Never become selfish with the rain of your sorrow. Share them with me. Let me touch the mascara oil spills on your face so we can finger paint portraits of this madness. Hang them like mistletoes above our heads and kiss and write about them later. I swear, nothing is too vicious. I will die in this verse for you if I have to. Thank you. So, you know, keep calling if you guys have any questions. Maybe we can like network, get some works together, because I really want to get Richmond, you know, together on the scene, you know, because I mean, like, they have all these sorts of venues and channels. Like, for instance, this charity called Playing for Change. If you guys want to look me up, I'm a Hope Artist as well. It's an acronym for helping other people everywhere. It's online. It's hopeartist.org. And my name is Jude, like I said. Excuse me. I do apologize for the cuss words today. Please do forgive me. I promise I'll be better next time. And you know, things happen sometimes. I'm so sorry. But yeah, schizophrenia for me, like I said, like for the Door to Magic, it's just very interesting because I do like experimenting with my own sense of alchemy, but I have like different aspirations, you know. I'm kind of like a Renaissance man, and it's like, you know, I guess having a show would be good for me, because then I'm like, I can let everybody into my other worlds, where it's like, well, I could probably try to be like a Merlin or something like that. And I'm just learning about like the mind and everything, and about like bending and like mind bending things, and it's like, for instance, for me, I like X-Men and Marvel and all these things, and I've had so many dreams that pertain to like DC Comics and Marvel and stuff like that. And it's like, I see Dr. X as maybe somebody that I can relate with, because you see me as a big guy, yeah, but due to my schizophrenia, it's hard for me to be really aware of what's going on and what's real and what's not real. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for watching this show. Maybe I can leave this off on a better term with a better song. But like I said, I'm Christian, and I love the things that God is doing for us, you know. Like I just have so many visions and thoughts and sentiments and reflections on Jesus. And I don't want to turn this into like a show that's stepping on anybody's spiritual beliefs or anything like that. But I feel as though Jesus has given us all the tools to make it out of, you know, whatever predicament we are in. Because in the universe, there are limitless opportunities to do whatever you may want to do. And nothing is holding us back from doing anything. And it's like, for instance, when we have chemistry and stuff like that, you know, mathematics and stuff like that, and physics, and even the basic arithmetic and numerology sometimes, you know, the reading of numbers and finding out their meanings and stuff like that. I do my own sense of that, but they also have, what else, zodiacs and everything's out there to make things connect, and it's almost like a puzzle. Because when you're schizophrenic, you're always trying to uncover new puzzles and stuff like that. And it's like, man, it's like I have no choice but to look at different shows and movies like Miss Peregrine's Home for, you know, special people or whatever like that. I watch movies like that, and I just be tripping, man. I just be tripping, but yeah, I'm gonna leave off the show. I'm trying to find the song that I want to play, but I think I found it already. But like I said, I have a whole bunch of music. I have over 300 songs alone on my emails right now, and it's like, I know I can make it, but it's just that I have a different world, you know. So yeah, I'm willing to take phone calls and stuff like that. I really want to go to VCU or VSU and become a student teacher, maybe study psychology or something like that.
Give people the number to call in.
Oh yeah, I'll give you the number. It's 915-5202. 915-5202. What else? Yeah, this is my first TV show. I was here like a few years ago. I was doing Silent Nights in Darfur over at the Bird Theater, and it was amazing. You know, I'd like to return to the Empire Theater and do some plays and stuff like that. I was with Spark School of Performing Arts in the Richmond community. I did Cats with them. I played the role as Plato. I was in Wizard of Oz. I was in ensemble with Theater 4. It was formerly Theater 4 at the time. I don't know if it still is right now. Did some stuff at Firehouse Theater, like I said earlier. I used to play the violin for the Richmond Youth Symphony here in the Youth Concert Orchestra. I'm really into like producing too. Like the thing about me, like I have so many things I want to do, but it's just like I'm trying to figure out the placement and the right time to do it. Cause it's like I really want to get a team together, you know. But just hit me up on my YouTube as well. Look me up as Wiz Jude, W-I-Z space J-U-D-E, and it should be some good stuff over there. So it's like, you know, it's some real cool stuff. So yeah. So my question is to the people out there. Do you have mental illness, and what do you do to cope with yourself, you know, just to find common ground and everything? Because really schizophrenia to me is like really crazy. It's like the whole world is crashing on you all of a sudden. And in my book, I cover some things about like time travel. It's kind of like a Donnie Darko, and one of my profiles for Wiz Jude has a Donnie Darko theme. And actually, due to my schizophrenia, I think it's real. I actually went through a time traveling in one of my songs, and it was crazy. I was like, whoa, what are you talking about, bro? He was like, what are you talking about? It was crazy. And it was like, I don't know, it's too much. But no, like, I'm just trying, you know, like, I'm trying to be like the best that I can be with my art. Because when I do my art, I go in. And I just want to perform this other piece for you since I have time. It's entitled Asylum. So here we go. I'll do it seated. I'm sorry for suppressing screams of heartbeats and allowing them to be raped endlessly in front of my eyes. I'm sorry for allowing Satan to tickle your innocent hearts till they bled profusely, and I'm sorry for licking that blood clean off of his finger like a hooker fresh off a midnight shift. It's on days like today I prowl the streets naked, blindfolded, picking up my scars, scabs, and welts in the middle of traffic like a young Picasso, using my nails as chisels, forming each and every one of my flaws into mouths so they too can attempt to tell my story. Look at my masterpiece. I refuse to wear band-aids because a band would only muffle their screams, and that would be of no aid to me. Instead, I'd much rather listen to the music of cars crashing all around me, horns blaring anthems of panic, and voices in the background scream, he's gone crazy. He won't stop bleeding. Someone called the authorities. Out of the hysteria which surrounds me at this moment, one phrase remains sincere. He won't stop bleeding. I won't stop oozing until the devil stops stabbing me from inside of my body. I will flush him out until I'm able to spit out humming doves again. Immediately, I feel the strength of 1,000 archangels hold me down to my hands and knees and give me CPR. I swear, I never knew how God's spit tasted like until after these prophecies were breathed into my mouth. After 15 hours of labor, the devil escaped from my soul. And like a band of children learning to recite the Alpha and Omega bet, my scars began to speak in tongues of fire. F is for the life I lived. B is for the blood that spills for this. H is for my heart. I didn't make it past the finish line. So in order to live, I transfer my soul into the bodies of Girl Scouts, handing out my words door to door in the form of cookies to mothers, fathers, children, sinners, and do-gooders. See, as long as my words linger in the mouths of the people, I will need no heart, because the sound of my do-si-dos breakdancing all through your mouth will be the only beat I will need to be immortal. So, you know, they have a lot of stuff with immortality going on, and the most common thing about immortality has to do with Jesus. You know, he said death is nothing but a sting, but I died on the cross. He said they say Jesus died on the cross for our sins. Jesus died on the cross. Not me, not nobody else. It was only Jesus. And I don't know if anybody else died on the cross. There's a lot of people that died on the cross, but I guess Jesus was the man, the God that died on the cross and for our sins, you know? And it's like, because of that, we have life everlasting. And I'm looking at some stuff online about physics, and it's like talking about like the fourth dimension and how, you know, the fourth dimension is like, you know, like a clock, you know? And it's like a clock, for instance, is kind of like a point. I learned that for myself, due to the stuff that I saw on YouTube on it, a clock can be used as a measuring tool to measure time, right? But I guess they were describing, I guess, I was just seeing images of points and different names for tools that they use for the fourth dimension, and it was just like, wow. It's dualities as well. Like you have hot and cold, and that's like the beginning of the universe, and then you have the end of it's like at all points of the universe. You have one point of the universe, another point of the universe, maybe the beginning or the end. And it's like, for instance, if you have, I guess, a clock or whatever, you can really try to figure out what's going on, because they have some places where they say this is time and this is what's happening in time, and this is where time doesn't even matter or time doesn't even exist. And that's where I come in with the hot and cold. The time exists and time doesn't exist. And it's like there are certain tools in the fourth dimension that cover the whole universe. And it's just like, just looking at it was just so crazy, you know. It was just very interesting. So, but yeah, somebody call in, you know. I'm gonna be here for a little while longer. It's 915-5202. I currently live in a group home, trying to get myself together. I really just want to be the best that I can be right now, but it's kind of difficult because of my mental illness. But yeah, in my book I talk about reptilians and stuff like that. Thank you. I talk about reptilians and stuff like that, and I talk about how death is like walking, like you can walk through death, and I'm always like, you know, hoping that I can see like a priest as a superhero one day, you know, walking through death in his dark cloak and a little white collar and everything, and like in my writings, I'm always time traveling. I really am, like, I'm aware to the fact of what is being written in between what is being written, you know? Like, for instance...
Press the button, don't move the receiver. Press the button.
Hello, how you doing? Schizophrenic Mind of JD.
Hey, I was calling you back. I heard you say somebody call in, so I thought I'd call in and tell you what I'm thinking when I'm watching you.
Okay.
First of all, I'm really enjoying your show.
Thank you.
And I hear you. Your words are awesome, and they're deep, and I can tell they're from your heart. And you know, schizophrenics are, and I'm real proud of you. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Be patient with yourself.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
God got you. And
Yes,
don't be
ma'am.
hard on yourself. You're doing great things. You come a long way more than other people
Thank
who ain't even got schizophrenia.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? You keep believing in yourself.
Thank
And
you.
so this is one of the best shows I've seen.
Wow, thank you. Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah,
And God bless you.
yeah, and I wanted to talk to you about something.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to talk to you about something.
Go ahead.
You know, due to my schizophrenia, I hear a lot of voices. Like I'll look at YouTube and I'll pause the volume, and then I'll go into like different places where it's like I hear the Pope telling me to get to know Satan. And it's like, wow, I don't know where I'm getting this from, but like on some of my songs, I'm talking about Satan and I'm talking about Lucifer, and it's like I also talk about atheists and stuff. But they see, I'm very big in church. Like I'm very big on God, not so much on church, but like somebody's relationship, one-on-one relationship with God, you know. And it's like, for instance, if I'm just like saying that I'm an atheist, I'm this and that, I'm talking about Satan and Lucifer and this and that. This is the prodigal son journey that I'm going through, you know.
Right.
And then Jay-Z comes out also with an album called Magna Carta and the Holy Grail. I believe there's a song on there called No Church in the Wild. And that's just how it is right now. Like when you're in the wild, like back in the day, like when you're in the wild, you'd see all the friars out there, all the hunters, all the knights, I guess, the soldiers, the people that make swords and blacksmiths and stuff like that. And that's just where I'm at right now, and that's where I was at before. But it's just like I'm always trying to constantly remind myself to keep praying, because
That's right.
you know what I'm saying? Like somebody told me, one of my good friends told me, she said, just because you have bad thoughts in your head and you do bad things doesn't mean that these things are you. Like, because God already knows us as good people, and He says that He knows our heart. You're right. And He knows that we're born in original sin, so He's like, He knows we're gonna mess up, you know? But I mean, it's just a journey. For me, it's like a journey back home, you know, journey back to my church, journey back to doing charity and doing good things again. Because if
you know what? You asked me a question, right?
Yeah.
And you know what you said? But you already answered your own question. You're doing that, but you don't realize that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't know what to do when your mind takes you through these paths.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier, I was listening to your whole show. Earlier, you said you take that and that's what you do with your words and your music.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing the right thing.
Thank you.
Once you get to where you feel like I'm going down this path, use it in a positive way, like you're doing with your words and stuff. If it's about something evil or devilish or something, well, some words written by Christians, look at the Bible. The Bible speaks to Satan.
Wow.
Okay? So you can too. You know, and that's all part of life. It's good and evil.
Yeah.
You take that path and don't fight it and go with it. What you need to do what you're doing now. Use it in a positive way.
Yes, ma'am.
You take it, absorb it, put your heart like you're doing, like you've been doing, and accept it. We are who we are.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of people don't know I suffer with mental illness. I suffer with depression real bad.
Wow.
You actually had the schizophrenia bad problems I had on my depression. I stayed. I heard you ask somebody called down and have mental illness. I do nothing. I don't act out. I don't take it out on anybody. I stay to myself.
Yes, ma'am.
When I get depressed, I handle it better, but I stay to myself.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what I do, which is a bad thing to do, but that's how I handle mine.
Yes, ma'am.
So, you know, you keep being positive and doing what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am. I will. Thank you.
Okay? And I think
you.
you're doing great. Like, take those negative thoughts and turn them into positives, because this part of life is negative.
That's true.
You gotta have balance, man.
You're right, because
And that's why you're going down that negative path for a minute in your mind.
Yeah, you're
Bounce
right.
off the other stuff.
You're right. And I guess it's really important, because like even as an artist, it's good to have like a chronology, a chronological timeline of your work, just to see how far you came. you know, like how far you're going and how far you've come, you know. And I guess for me, like, I'm just trying to figure out like what I should do, you know, with this musical, because I really want to come out with a masterpiece. But I just want to say thank you for calling in.
Tell me one thing. Spell his Facebook page for me.
My Facebook is Jude.
J what?
JUDE.
Okay.
DOMINIQUE. And the last name is FAGEAS. It's Jude Dominique Fageas. It's French.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
See, your mind is great and creative.
Thank you.
So don't be hard on yourself, and you keep up on the real tip.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, God bless you.
Thank you. You too. God bless you.
All right. I'll see you on the show again.
Thank you. All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, that was really amazing. I really love talking to people and getting, you know, comfortable with myself. Because really, I think with mental illness is all about self-confidence sometimes, you know. You gotta have some self-confidence, know your self-worth, and keep your dreams alive, you know. Because I think you come down to a point where you keep your relationship with God, your higher power, whatever you worship, whatever you do that's spiritual, you keep yourself intact with that, and then you come back down to earth and you're like, wow, you know, your dreams then fight for you to stay alive, and so you can continue and move on forward. And I just want to thank the young lady that just called, and I just want to say thank you for everything that she's done. So to call, you know. So I know we have some really great people here in Richmond City. That's why I love this place, you know. All you gotta do is just sit down and talk to somebody and learn a lot in a day. I mean, I got 5 minutes left, but I just want to give a shout out to Slam the Waddle, my Uncle Mike for helping me with this show, and Comcast for definitely giving me an opportunity to do this show. And 3 more minutes. I'd like to say thank you to Chances Are Good and my friend Caroline that I saw today. And you know, Daniel Jose Custodio, Roscoe Burnhams, if you're looking at this, great guy. Shout out to Versus, Tuesday Versus. What is it, Slam Richmond, and you know, everybody out there. You know, Nile Restaurant.
What about a song going out?
A song going out? I might have to play one more song.
No curse.
No cuss words. Oh man. Let me see. Oh God. I'll do this one. This one's really hype. I like it.
Can people get a copy? Can people get a copy of your music?
Yeah, you can get a copy of my music online. It's on SoundCloud.com. Look up the profile Jude Fageas, The Matrix, The Poets, Roman Catholic with a K, and Red Dog, Red God.
I can find you on Facebook.
And you can find me on Facebook, Jude Fageas. Yeah, it's a story. It's a story online. I'll leave it up to you to figure out the significance with that and my schizophrenia. I mean, because I'm still trying to find some help, but I believe I know deep down inside why I'm going through all of this. But at the same time, since a kid, I've been hearing voices that were violent and telling me to do things, and I'm just getting better right now. So I'm proud of my accomplishments, and I just want to leave you guys off with this song right here. It's me, Schizophrenic Mind of JD. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys have a great evening. Thank you.
Sit back, close my eyes, and I think about happiness. I think about my wants. I think about the things that I need in life. Schizophrenic Mind of JD. It's a dark tremoroso, tremoroso.
Oh, snap.
La tormenta,
Sorry.
yo me digo la tormenta, tormenta. Fue una tormenta de one. I am a patient of many suns. I am a patient of many moons. I am a patient of many stars. Es una tormenta, la vida de one, la vida de one. Yo recuerdo mi clases de inmersión.
Thank you. That was the show.
Okay, say so long on Facebook.
Hey, peace, Facebook. This is Schizophrenic Mind of JD. I'm not dead yet. I'm still alive. I'm just coming back, you know. Just needed some work on my head. That's it. And my spirit. So thank you. Follow me on SoundCloud. Jude, W-I-Z space J-U-D-E. That's my musical on there. My other thing is Jude Fageas, Judefageas.
Tell them, if we just get it to you on Facebook, that's easy.
Yeah, get it from me from Facebook. It's Jude Dominique Fageas. Check me out. It's some good stuff. It's a story, you know, so check me out.